Let's get the currency on screen then, and we have seen the rupee decline for a second straight day after 0.5% cut yesterday. Nearly 1% down is how the rupee has shut shop. Clearly, it's the decline coming in for the equity markets. Also, the IIP numbers, which are due to be released next 10 minutes, are not expected to be so good. That's at least what the markets are working with, that you might see a contraction on that numbers. It's something that the rupee has factored in before it shut shop there. It also has to do with some relative strength in the dollar index abroad, and that seems to be weighing onto the market's mind as well. Vijay, what's your sense now coming in for the currency? Because for the last couple of days, we seem to have given up all the gains that we saw in the initial week.
Manisha, this is in line with what the charts have been indicating. I've been saying all along that the appreciation potential of the rupee is fairly limited. It's calibrated to 60.5 levels in the futures space. Give it another 20-25 paise because the cash spot normally trades at a discount to the current month futures. And on the upside, if the dollar was to appreciate, I would not be surprised to see 62.75 or even 63 plus levels. So I think the markets are now going by the technicals rather than any kind of sentimental euphoria that you have seen, which was responsible for the rupee appreciating to such an extent. I think the dollar's appearing oversold on the short-term charts. It's time for a blip up or a short covering base rally on the USD.
All right, let's also get on air Jayesh Mehta, who's country treasurer, BOA Merrill Lynch, and he joins us live as well. Jayesh, hi, good to see you. What's your sense really coming in for the currency now? The trade data yesterday and the expectation ahead of the IIP numbers.
Yeah, I think on the trade data, I think it's more or less on line. I think what RBI has done over the last few months to fortify the balance sheet trajectory. For a moment, let's forget the Fed situation at this moment. Trajectory looks for rupee appreciation. But of course, there will have a strong resistance at 60.5 level as you see a lot of recoupment of reserves which will happen at that point of time. But at this juncture, it is on trajectory for appreciation. But having said that, at this juncture, market is kind of preparing itself for if there is an early tapering, then the March tapering. And that's where the market is kind of getting itself positioned before the Fed meeting. And if there is an early tapering, yes, we might see 63, 62, 75, 63. But there is no way we're going to see, coming back to the old levels of 65 and that numbers. So maybe on the lower side, rupee can go up to 63, but beyond that, we don't really see, and that's purely momentum and the sentiments with the tapering. So if you really look at it, the debt market outflows does not really matter the tapering, and anyway, the debt market FII debt is very, very limited. It's only if we see the large equity outflow happening that could create a problem on currency. But if you really look at that didn't happen May to September, it happened only in August and sometime a little bit in first week of June. So if equity outflow is not negative, then we won't see that kind of hammering on the rupee.
Jayesh, what's your sense from the IIP numbers, which are due to release next 5-7 minutes from here now? I mean, the market is working with a contraction by nearly 1.5%. What's your own sense?
Yeah, I think we are all waiting with the market at 1.5%, but I won't be surprised if we see some positive momentum because last 2 days we have been hearing that large projects implementation and stuff have happened over last 2-3 months, but doesn't look like. But yeah, I would still go with the market of -1.5%, but anything more than that would be equally good, because if you look at from a currency point of view, even if the IIP number comes positive, maybe the rate hike expectation will get increased. Rate hike expectation is completely built into it, right? So 25 basis point rate hike is built into everything, whether it's equity, currency, or to that matter, bonds. So all of them has built in, unless we see something much more higher and the tapering happens earlier. But at this juncture, 25 basis point rate hike is completely built in. So from that perspective, there could be only positive surprise, right?
Jayesh, also, it's not just the IIP numbers. You also are awaiting the CPI numbers, and as soon as that finishes next week, we'll bring you the FOMC meeting, the RBI monetary policy review as well. I mean, it's getting to be a heavy loaded days as we go ahead there. What is your expectation from all of that too?
I think at least on the bond market side, market is prepared for very high inflation, though of course there could be surprise as the food price have come off late. But market is completely geared up for 10% CPI number. Market is geared up for rate hike. Market is geared up for some sort of, so if you really look at positioning, is pretty light, right? So from that perspective, I think irrespective of what happens, there would be buying post the policy, unless the Fed things really get accelerated to earlier, or we have 50 basis point rate hike, which at this juncture maybe you cannot completely rule out, but I would still give it maybe 5% probability to that. But unless anything different than that, all that has been completely priced in. Market is so light right now at this juncture that even if you have 25 basis point rate hike, after that, hopefully by from 18 to 31st, the bond would rally.